Hi! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Tabitha Betancourt, and today we're going to learn what setting the Cricut Maker needs to be to cut dollar store contact paper. Stick with me and we'll figure it out together. Let's get glasses on because I will need to see. So when I test cut, or I try to figure out what pressure I need for cutting something, I always purchase an extra bit of material. So I know I want to learn how to make stencils with the dollar store contact paper. It's the dollar store contact paper. So we're going to cut a section of this. And it's really simple. It's really simple. Just cut a section. This has a plastic vinyl on the back of it. The sound of crafting beginning. That's a beautiful sound. Sorry if it hurt your ears. Sorry if it hurt your nose. The green mat is more for a little stickier, and this has a waxy paper on the back of it. So, okay, so I'm going to lay this down and prep my space. We want to get what's called a kiss cut. For contact paper, we don't want it to go all the way through to cut entire, all the way through to the mat. We want it just to go to the top layer of the actual contact paper. So, excuse me, I had to get my roller. There. Zoom. So, I have the mat perfect right here. So I have that done. Okay, just for the heck of it, I always put a star, or when I do a test cut, I start with a star because it's got little intricate lines. And I start with my name, or I do my name, because my name has A's and B's and I's, and those are sometimes difficult. Actually, I have the most trouble with T's for some reason. Let's make this star black. And we're going to hear the construction worker in the background because my husband is building me a house. I have the best husband in the world. We're going to hit continue. Now, something I'm going to tell you already is that I already figured out what setting the magic paper, or whatever that the dollar store version of contact paper is. And it is right here under my favorited, but we're gonna, to show you how to install it or how to do it, we're gonna hit browse materials. That's where you're gonna get your list of all of your different types of materials. Now, I was doing a stencil for a neighbor, and she brought over some dollar store version of the contact paper, and that's what we used. So, I wonder why washi tape is grayed out. Anyways, at the very bottom, you'll see material settings. Go ahead and you click on material settings. I'm going to walk you through this whole thing. Now, I happen to know, because I inputted this in here already, that contact paper, the dollar store version, is a 97 cut pressure. The multi-cut is off, and I can hit edit, and I can move it up or down either way. But because I put that in there, you are going to go all the way down to the bottom. Just hit this arrow over here and drag it all the way to the bottom. And you're going to put add new material. And then you're going to write the name. Let's write it something different. We'll put dollar store. Let's get the actual name. It is called Magic Cover. Woohoo! Magic Cover. So we'll put dollar store magic cover, because we'll all know that magic cover means contact paper. And we'll do save. So now dollar store magic cover is set automatically imported in as 175. But I already went through and checked the pressure and cut it several times, and it is 97. So take that little green dot and drag it over to 97. And you want the multi-cut off and the fine point blade is perfect, and click save. Now it's going to show up. Let's see, dollar store. Actually, if you don't want to, dollar store magic cover 97, it actually inputted it right underneath my first input. Then you would just go ahead and go to the very bottom of this and click done. Now, in order to find it right here, because the dollar store one doesn't show up, and then you type in dollar and hit enter, and you're going to have this. Click on that. It puts a green arrow right next to where your new inputted product is, and you click done. Now your material set to dollar store magic cover. Yes, because we all know that that is the fake AKA contact paper. So we're going to load the machine and we're going to cut it, and then we are going to see what it looks like. Hang on. So now that I have it selected, I'm going to have my fine point blade tool in there. I'm going to hit the C and have it cut it. I live in a very small house. I probably should have removed the hole punch from behind the Cricut machine and the ruler, because, you know, I wonder if that would fit here. I think it's just too long. No, it fits. Okay. And let's see if this is successful, or if I need to change the pressure. It's really not difficult to change the pressure on it. Let's unload. So we all know we turn it upside down. So it cut. It doesn't look like it's all the way through. Now I want it to be a stencil, so I'm actually going to weed out the parts that I would want to make a stencil. So we're going to be gently, because it's very thin, the contact paper. Does everybody else put it on the back of their... And then for me, because I want a kiss cut, and I just want, yeah, this is exactly 97 is the pressure. I have a slight indentation here where I know that it has cut the star, but it is not going all the way through. And you can tell that that is just an amazing way for, that the letters are coming up, except for the D definitely, or the B definitely wants to come up. How many of us have to redo that? That just weeds like a breeze. So here's the deal. If you want to cut contact dollar store, the dollar store's version of contact paper, I'm just going to say that. It's like contact paper, but it's from the dollar store, and you get a big ream of it. It's what I use to do most of my transfer sheets with, unless it's something I need grid lines for. But if you are looking at cutting and making a stencil for the contact paper like from the dollar store, you're going to want to use 97 pressure, no multiple cuts, and that's it, with a fine point blade. And that's going to get you the perfect kiss cut. Thank you for watching. If you wouldn't mind subscribing and hit the notification bell, I would really appreciate it. It'll give you notice of whenever we release another video. I do release videos every Tuesday and Friday, crafting related videos of just about anything. Quite a few things coming out on the pipeline. I am going to be cutting quite a bit of different types of paper and things. And I'm the type of person, I have a horrible memory. I'm not going to know next year that I actually cut this at 97 pressure. I know I hear a lot of people say they just use the washi setting or they just use this setting and it seems to work for them. I am the type of person, I need to know that when I put the dollar store adhesive paper in there, I need to be able to push dollar store adhesive paper on my material setting, because I'm not going to remember whether or not it was the vinyl setting or the washi setting or what setting it was. So for me, I input each one of my different cuts in there and I keep a note of it in my journal. So contact the adhesive paper from the dollar store, aka we would all call that contact paper, is 97 with a fine point blade. Now my next test cut is going to be a backed paper, adhesive backed paper. I didn't even know this stuff existed until a lady friend of mine, neighbor up the hill, actually was putting it through die cuts. She was doing happy birthdays and running this through her Sizzix machine and taking it off and adhering it to the inside of her cards. I thought, that is magnificent. Why did I not know that? Wait a second. Where has that paper been all of my life? Like all of my life, seriously. So I found two different kinds of the paper. I'm going to test both kinds of the paper. So instead of pulling out the Sizzix machine, I can plop the paper on my Cricut mat, run it through with whatever saying I want, and then peel off the back, and poof, I've got it. So I will talk to you guys later. Have an absolutely magnificent day. I am going to get this uploaded for you. Bye, you guys.